I put on the darkest shade of the Youthforia foundation last night. Darkest of blacks would get called out for cultural appropriation if they wore this Youthforia foundation shade.
I cannot stand this app. I cannot stand this app. I cannot stand this app. 4 years running and we're still having the exact same issues with regarding racism and with regarding people acting like this just for views and clicks. Hey, what's up you guys? Well, how are you guys today? I hope you're doing fantastic. I know I am. My whole TikTok feed has been blowing up with this guy and I just have to bring it over to the YouTube to show you guys the ridiculousness of people of today. Also, a really quick side note, I got the piercing. I got the eyebrow piercing. If you know, you know. Piercing vlog will be uploaded to my shorts, so if you want to check that out, you guys can check that out. If you're blessed enough to not know, there's this creator going around on TikTok, going around a lot like a virus on TikTok called Leonardo, and he's basically going around actively rage baiting. Now, rage baiting, if you're not aware, is literally where you just say the most outlandish, rude, offensive, disgusting things, or do the most horrible things in order to get attention, in order to get likes, in order to get clicks. And I'm not gonna lie, I think it's absolutely sad and pathetic. I've always said what I believe rage baiting is to be. I thought that we honestly left this back in 2016, 2017, 2020, back with iDubbbz, back with Leafy is Here, back with all those YouTubers that literally made a career off of making jokes and kicks out of marginalized communities. But then here we are with Leonardo, who wants to shine his little shiny little forehead with the do-rag on, and now he wants to literally come up on TikTok, who once upon a time, by the way, used to be a children's dancing app, and quite literally do minstrelsy in the 21st century.
The darkest of blacks would get called out for cultural appropriation if they wore this Youthforia foundation shade. This is literally like if a brand put out like a purely orange shade or like a purely yellow shade and was like, here you go, Asians. The blacks of the internet are very upset with Youthforia for releasing this super dark foundation. Even bought like an elf foundation brush. Like, I'm taking this very seriously. Okay, so it's very dark, as you can see. Ooh, this shade like literally looks offensive so far. It's literally so dark. Let me get closer here so you can really see how freaking dark this foundation is. Fiona Chan, the founder of Youthforia, she really messed up with this, to be honest. I feel like it literally looks like my hair, and I feel like if I put this like in my fade, it could like make my hair look more full. Let me see. Oh my. Okay, so obviously this is like a foundation, not like black face paint. So like the undertones of my own skin are showing, but it's not because the foundation is like good. It's just because I'm extremely orange and yellow. So because the foundation is like somewhat translucent and like opaque, you can kind of see my colors show, but the foundation itself is not that. I'm literally looking in the mirror right now and this foundation looks jet black. Let's keep going. Imagine I do like the Meredith Duxbury foundation challenge with this foundation. I feel like that would look so crazy. I feel like I literally would get in trouble for like blackface at that point. I don't believe that Youthforia created this to like actually be inclusive. I think they literally created this just to be able to say that they have the darkest shade, but like they did not even match this with like any real humans with like real skin. And I like feel bad for Youthforia, but like Fiona desperately needs to like hire like a better like PR person and like product management person. Like, girl, please. This is Youthforia's darkest foundation fully applied on my face. The darkest of blacks would get called out for cultural appropriation if they wore this Youthforia foundation shade. This is literally like if a brand put out like a purely orange shade or like a purely yellow shade and was like, here you go, Asians. Youthforia actually tried to like one-up Fenty by saying like, oh, our darkest shade is actually darker than Fenty's darkest shade, because they know that like Fenty is known for being inclusive. And so they thought that like if they released a shade darker than Fenty's darkest shade, they could be considered like inclusive as well, and they could like be free of like the cancellation that they received like months ago when their darkest shade was like super light. But I got Fenty's darkest shade, and look at how nice this shade actually is. One sec. Removing half my face. I'm dedicated to this video. I literally went to Ulta and bought like wipes, Mother's Day stuff and these dark foundation shades for videos. Just wiped Youthforia off my face. This is dark gray. It literally looks like I just wiped off like eyeliner or something. Okay, so this is Fenty's darkest shade. Look, okay. Ooh, it's a little bit too wet, but it's fine. New brush, because I'm dedicated to this review. I literally feel like James Charles or like Jeffree Star. And I like low-key have always wanted to do this, but like I don't wear makeup, so like there was no reason for me to like wear makeup for a video. But today, I was like, yes, a new scandal. I can hop on that. As you can see, Fenty's darkest shade, even though it is like their darkest shade, it's not black. Like it's literally a very pretty like dark brown. Don't be fooled again by my personal light skinness and like oranginess that's coming out on this side. That is not because of the foundation. It's literally just because I'm super tan and like yellowy orangey myself. But literally no one's actually like pitch black. We all have blood under our skin. We all have undertones, whether they be neutral, cool, warm. There's no such thing as like a human with like pitch black skin. And so there you have it. This is real black people skin. This is minstrel show Blackface, which is not good. Don't do it. This video is just for demonstration. I don't think Lupita from Us could even like match this shade, to be honest. This was literally so fun, and I completely understand why black people are like upset at Youthforia. Like I said, it's literally if like a brand came out with like a purely orange or like a purely yellow shade of foundation and was like, here you go, Asians. Or if like a brand came out with like a purely white shade, like this color white, and was like, here you go, white people. It's a bit wild for sure, but I genuinely think that like the founder of Youthforia, Fiona, had decent intentions. I just think she like fell short of those intentions, because I really think that she like thought that she was doing something good with putting out something that's darker than like a well-known like inclusive brand's darkest shade. Like I really think that she thought that like that would help her avoid more like controversy, because her last darkest shade was so like light. But unfortunately, I don't think Fiona or like Youthforia knows culture well, and I feel like they really need to hire like a better PR person or like a product management person or like both, because I know that like someone said that like Fiona prefers like costs to be super low, and like she wants like a small team and like not have hella costs here and there, and like I get that, because I also personally hate spending too much money on like overhead stuff for like life or like for business. But like I think at this point, if she wants to come back from this, she definitely needs to do better with like PR and like product management and like social media stuff.
What on earth? Like, actually, what on earth? The thing that genuinely just pisses me off and frustrates me the most about this entire situation, the thing that honestly just makes me just so annoyed, is that creators, specifically on TikTok, often get banned, often get suspended, often get reprimanded for a lot less than this. Whereas there are people like flipping Kevin over here that are able to literally build a well. Literal race baiting is absolutely ridiculous. And this is not the first time that he's done this type of stuff. I'm sure if you guys have been on TikTok at all over the past couple of months, you've seen his disgusting videos show up on your For You page where he jokes about pedophilia, he jokes about sexism, he jokes about all of these things that I probably can't even say without having to bleep out, otherwise YouTube will take this video down. It's ridiculous. Somehow, there are people honestly so sick in the head to think it's actually okay to defend his actions in the name of, oh, he's joking, oh, he's whatever. First of all, I don't know how unfunny you have to be inherently for you to have to joke about something as disgusting as pedophilia or racism or sexism or anything of that nature. I don't know why you would have to do that. Okay, that's my first thing. Second of all, in terms of the blackface thing, people are saying that, oh, he was trying to show solidarity towards black people because obviously that specific foundation is coming under a lot of heat for not being as inclusive as they proclaim to be, i.e. sending off black face paint and giving that to black people and thinking that would be adequate for foundation. He's just showing solidarity. Like, no, bro, stop with the weaponized incompetence, please. Stop with the weaponized incompetence, please. It is not solidarity. He's not trying to do anything like that. He's literally just trying to clickbait people into watching the video. Are you so lambastically stupid? Like, let's not be dumb. Social media has been around for enough time for us to realize, for us to be able to have the comprehension skills to understand when people are literally trying to use marginalized communities' outrage for likes and clicks. It's literally just that simple. And I think it's literally disgusting.
Do I feel bad about the foundation video?
Not really.
But then you guys will get surprised and confused when the people that you put on these pedestals end up being terrible people, end up being actual convicted criminals. You act surprised as to why the people that you put on a pedestal end up being inherently evil people, but then they show you the signs and you actively ignore it. Make that make sense. Make that make sense. What do you guys think about this Kevin Leonardo thing? Are you on board with his content? Do you think it's that big of a deal? Or are you kind of like me and a lot of other people who think that he needs to be deplatformed? Me personally, I'm blocking him. But yes, thanks for watching, guys. If you did like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. If you like this video, you can head over to my TikTok, which is where I find a lot of this information anyway. That's definitely where I found this crazy guy. And then, of course, you can head over to my Instagram. And guys, you're already here, so you might as well subscribe. Like, I don't know about you. Thanks for watching, guys, and I shall see you in the next one.